It's joining us now, Democratic Senator Jeff Merkley of Oregon. He's a member of the Foreign Relations Committee. Senator, I was so struck by Congressman Raskin's comments that this isn't a trial that will result in anybody going to jail. It's a process meant to protect us, to protect the country. And I wonder if that won't be the emphasis to your Republican colleagues in the Senate.
Yeah, Jamie Raskin was absolutely right. It does two things, protects us in two ways. One is that if a person has engaged in insurrection or inciting insurrection, they should never hold a position of trust in the future. So that certainly is one way of protecting the United States. The second is that it sends a message to future leaders that if you engage in this type of conduct, there will be consequences. There will be accountability. And that's a very important message for us to send. And I must say, having just come from the floor a little while ago and the vote that was taken as to whether to proceed with this trial, I'm afraid we do not have our Republican colleagues firmly supporting the vision of our Constitution in this regard.
How did we get here? I saw that vote today, and I have zero expectations that there are any Republicans left, and it breaks my heart to admit this privately, but especially on TV, that there are none left who put the country ahead of not even their party, because Donald Trump's not a Republican. He's about Donald Trump. But it's their fear of a tweet that at the moment he can't even send has now taken priority over any sort of duty to their job, to serving as United States senators, to their constitutional duty to serve as jurors. They don't even believe in the legitimacy of the trial. How do you govern with members like that?
You know, we're in the situation where they participated in the creation of a mob. And then suddenly they go, well, if I stand in front of that mob's going to run right over the top of me. And I'm afraid of that mob. That's the way they feel about their Trump base. They essentially participated in the lies by not calling them out day after day, year after year for 4 years. And Trump has Trump media. And so their base is listening to that Trump media on radio, on television, on cable, on every other direction that social media can reach them. And so the base is absolutely convinced that Trump is some kind of important hero, and they will take it out on anyone who disagrees. And so they're afraid of their next election. They're afraid for their safety. They're afraid for their family's safety. And they're not standing up for our nation and for their oath to the Constitution.
The current president had a phone call with the Russian leader that hasn't happened, couldn't have happened any day, any month, any year of the last 4 years of the Trump presidency. He took America's side around questions of dissidents, around the bounties placed on the heads of American soldiers, and around that massive hack into U.S. executive branch, I should add, agencies. What, from your perch and sort of your depth of knowledge around this U.S.-Russia relationship, how long will it take? You know, these relationships don't switch overnight, but how long will it take to re-exert America first interests in the U.S.-Russian relationship?
You know, I'll tell you, Nicole, one of the most bizarre things of the last 4 years was to have a president who continuously took Russia's side instead of taking American side.
So weird.
I think of it like so strange. I mean, it's why so many of us feel that Russia has something on him. There were, of course, information in that regard, but never proven. But he acted like he was terrified of Russia. So he was a lapdog for Russia. Russia interfered in the 2016 election. He said they didn't. All of our intelligence agencies said he did. Trump said, oh, no, Putin told me he didn't, so that must be the case. He didn't ever protect us. He was the lapdog for Russia rather than being the watchdog for America. So how refreshing it was today to have a president stand up for America against Russia, to talk about the SolarWind hack on our Justice Department, to talk about the bounties being paid to kill our soldiers, to talk about the 2020 as well as the 2016 interference in our elections, to talk about the poisoning of dissidents, including Navalny, and to talk about the treatment of the protesters in Russia. I mean, this is the type of president you expect, someone to stand up for America. We got it today. It was a beautiful thing.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.